All right, guys. Good afternoon. Mike Norris here, and today I'm going to talk about why walking is the best way to get fit after 50. I haven't done a video on just walking in a while. I've done several. I always talk about walking in just about every video, but today we're going to get into why walking can be so helpful to you in a lot of ways. You know, you don't need brutal workouts in the gym or to get in shape if you're a man over the age of 50. There are guys who enjoy doing that kind of stuff, but you don't need it to get in shape. And walking is probably the most effective and underrated way to get fit, lose weight, and feel better for decades. In this video, I'm going to talk more about why walking works, how to do it right, and how it fits into a long-term plan for men of our age. This is Mike Norris Fit. I help men lose weight, get fit, and live a healthier lifestyle. Let's talk a little bit about why walking works for men. It's low impact. It's easy on your joints. It helps burn fat and preserve muscle, and studies show that walking long distances is one of the best ways in the world to burn fat. Supports heart, brain, and metabolic health. This is a big thing. We know it's our heart. We've always heard that, but now studies show that walking, being outside in sunlight, being out in nature, is good for the brain, and we all need that, especially with dementia and Alzheimer's and all of this stuff on the rise. We need all the help we can get. Great for mental clarity and stress relief and anxiety. Yes, it is, especially when you're walking out in nature. When I'm walking, I have so many ideas and things that pop into my head. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's kind of like you're trying to figure out a solution to something, and you're in the shower and it hits you, and you're like, I got to write this down. I got to get this down before I lose it. It's the same way with walking. You can do it anywhere. No excuses, no equipment. Oh, it's raining outside. So you're in a house or an apartment or something. Walk up and down the hallway. Walk around in your house. Do things like that. There's all kind of ways to get steps. Go to the gym if you're a member of the gym, and walk in the gym. Walking checks just about every box, and that's why it works. You know, it's easy to do. There's really no excuses for not doing it. It's great for our health. It's great for burning. Walking itself, well, I'm going to get into that in just a minute. Walking helps you lose weight, lose fat. A little bit of science behind it. It boosts insulin sensitivity, and this is huge. You know, in the United States of America today and around the world, it seems like we have more people with diabetes and things like that, and insulin sensitivity is a big thing. It increases blood flow and circulation. I just read some stuff about that the other day. It helps regulate cortisol and improve your sleep. No doubt about that. Consistency matters more than the intensity of part. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But this isn't some cardio hack to lose weight right fast or something like that. It's a long-term strategy. Now I want to say something. As you age, either your body grows or your body decays. Either your body grows or your body decays. One of the best ways to keep it from decaying is with exercise. Because a lot of the bad foods that we eat speed up our decay of our body. And one of the great ways to lose weight and keep it off is with walking, especially when it's together with resistance training, getting stronger. Those two things really help your body keep from decaying. Now, how to get started? Of course, you got to start where you're at. If you haven't walked 20, 30 years and you don't do anything but sit in the house and walk around in the house and that's about it, You just try to walk 5 minutes straight, then try to get up to 10 minutes. But hopefully you're just at a point where you can actually walk 15 to 30 minutes a day. It's just a matter of getting up and doing it, and doing it 5 to 7 days a week. You might start off with 5 days a week, but hey, get to 6, and there's nothing wrong with walking 7 days a week. Nothing wrong at all with that. I think pretty much you can do that pretty easily, really. But 30 minutes to an hour, you get up around an hour, that's that sweet spot where things really start to happen in terms of what it can do for your body. Intensity, a moderate pace. You don't have to go out there and kill. You start where you're at. Like I said, you should be able to hold a conversation. When you're walking, you should be able to, you might have a sweat going, a little sweat, light sweat, depending on the weather. Some places you just walk outside like here and you're going to sweat anyway, whether you're walking or not. But you should be able to hold a conversation when we're doing this type of walking. There's three different, this type of aerobic activity. There's 3 types, and this right here is just a very conversation. If you get to the point where you can't hold a conversation, that's actually good for you. But that's not what you have to do for what you're trying to do now and get started. You don't have to be at that point. You can add hills and incline later. Later get to that point where you do speed walking or hills or different things, and you get to where you can't hold a conversation. That's like zone 2. There's like 3 zones: zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Zone 1 you can hold a conversation. Zone 2, it's a little bit harder for you to hold a conversation. And then zone 3 is where you're all out sprinting and stuff. No, you can't. You're just trying to breathe. Some things that can help you. Fitness watch. You need a fitness watch, some kind of way or something to keep up with your steps. Because you're going to want to know where you're at. You might not think so when you first start out, but pretty soon you're going to want to know, well, how many steps a day am I walking? They say 10,000 steps is the thing I need to get to, right? And you get your watch, I'm only walking about 3,000 steps a day. I got to pick it up. Now, to get to 5,000 to 6,000 steps a day, you'll hit that if you're walking 30 minutes an hour a day. You'll get up to that pretty fast. But eventually you may want to get on up to 10,000 steps a day, which is a great point, a great marker for people to try to get to. You may want, I listen to podcasts, and I listen to music in the gyms sometimes. Sometimes I listen to podcasts. I have videos on YouTube that I want to watch to get caught up on things that I like, and I watch those. But that's a really good, because when you're walking, you can actually have your phone. Don't walk into something, but it's pretty easy to listen to your phone, and you can look at somebody who's talking or something every now and then if you want to do that. But I would find me some good music, some podcasts I like to listen to, stuff like that. Because if I've listened to a really good podcast, all of a sudden I've walked almost 2 hours and I don't even realize it. It was a 2-hour podcast and I've been walking the whole time. And that's a way to keep you into it and get you to walk a little more. If you got a walking partner, that's great. If you got a dog, that's great to help you build a routine, because you can walk the dog, a couple times a day. The best combo for men over 50 is walking and the resistance training or strength training. Walking improves your endurance and your fat burning. And the great thing is that fat burns for a long period. People think that they just lose weight when they exercise. That's not how it works, folks. Actually, most of the weight you burn is when lose is when you're at rest and you're asleep. You actually breathe it out. I learned that in my precision nutrition class. People think that sweat that's just water weight. That's not real weight loss. The fat comes off when you're at rest and when you're sleeping. Water weight, just remember this: when you lose, your weight can vary by 5 pounds a day because of water in your body. And that's why I tell people, don't get mad every day that you look at the scales, because the water in your body has so much to do with your weight, and it can change so fast. Strength training preserves muscle and boosts metabolism, or builds muscle if you're trying to build muscle. If you're just trying to keep what you got, that's maintenance. You only need to work out a couple days a week. But if you're really trying to get better shape, get leaner, build some muscle, I say 3 to 4 times a week, probably 4 times a week is best. Do upper body and lower body splits. But combining walking with resistance training and a little bit of mobility exercise in there. It helps you stay lean, functional, and injury resistant. So you don't need to worry about killing yourself in the gym. You don't have to do that. Just walk daily, exercise 2 to 4, lift or do some type of resistance training 2 to 4 times a week. Eat clean. Eat clean. I'll say that again, because that bad food speeds up decay in your body. And eating less, if you can eat less of that crap, you'll be doing a whole lot better off. It works, I'm telling you. Now, walking is the easiest habit in the world to start, because you don't need anything, it doesn't cost anything. And it's also the hardest to quit once you see results, and that's a great thing, because when you see results, you'll keep at it. So how many steps are you averaging a day right now? Do you know? What's your walking goal for this week? As I make this video a Sunday, you may not see it the Monday, but you should have a plan for how many days a week you want to walk, and the time you want to walk, or the steps you want to walk. Hope you got something out of this message. If you did, give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. This is Mike Norris, and I'll talk to you later.